Alright guys, back at it again with another build deep dive history review. This is my Rustler 2 drive. Looks stock, but it is stock-ish. Until you look under the hood, it's still kind of stock, but got it back in, I think, yeah, November of 2021. Got it at my old local hobby shop, Bay Area Computers and Hobbies in Pasadena, Maryland. So yeah, let's take a look at it. But cosmetic on the outsides, stock Traxxas body. I did have a clear Rustler body with the bomb pot color scheme. That got trashed like 2 years ago, so I went back to using the stock OEM body for now until this one is trashed. I'll get a new one. Tires, my go-tos has to be the Talon EXTs from the Rustler 4x4. Just two-wheel drive offset in the front, and then the four-wheel drive offset, or two-wheel drive rear offset in the rear, and the two-wheel drive front or four-wheel drive offset in the front. These are great for the road and for like street bashing because they hook up pretty well, but they do wear down a lot. And they hook up pretty decently in the grass and like in the fields and baseball diamonds and stuff. So that's that. RPM front bumper. And in the rear, I am not running anything. I used to have a wheelie bar. I still have one, but I don't run one now because it really doesn't do that much wheelies. So I just use a bumper mount in the back just for protection. So yeah, stock body, taking off the body. I do run a clear antenna tube just for the vintage vibe of it. Although my antennas on the receiver is pretty short, I just run them for cosmetic vintage vibes. Starting out in the front, RPM bumper, RPM bulkhead, RPM arms and shock tower, stock body mounts, Atomik RC aluminum caster block and steering block / hubs. In the front, I am running the stock 7mm plastic 12mm hexes. And also for bearings all throughout the car. It's a mix of Fast Daddy and Winter Evening steel bearing kits, so it's just cheap bearing kits on Amazon. Got the stock Ultra Socks, front and rear. I never opened them up. These are actually the OEM stock fronts, and I never opened them up, so it's stock 30 weight. So yeah, but the rears are replacements from Jenny's RC. I used to have a big bore shock kit on here, but the shock started to leak, and they are a pain to rebuild. So I said, screw it, just get Ultra Shocks from Denny's RC, and just run that. Especially because they're durable enough, even in stock form. I mean, if the plastic caps do come off, you can upgrade those to aluminum and TI and I shafts. But yeah, because the big bores are such a pain to rebuild, because of the snap ring on the bottom that holds on the inner seals. And it makes it super tough to replace. Compared to the Ultra Shocks, it's like you have a threaded cap on there, and it's super easy to rebuild. So that's that. Tie rods all around the car. This was originally a XL5 brushed car, so it did have plastic links, but I upgraded those to VXL Spec Steel tie rods, camber and toe, front and rear. And OEM body mounts. I do run O-rings under the body clip just so to stop the body from flapping in the air. Servo wise, chassis wise, stock chassis, I am running the updated, I believe 2022 updated chassis, because the 2022 and on Rustler chassis are flat on the bottom compared to earlier chassis, which mine was a 2021. It had the ridges that goes from here and here all the way up to the front, so it's not as flat. So I got the updated chassis and a chassis top plate for the steering as well. But going into the steering, got a outstanding model gear 20 kg brushed high voltage metal gear servo. Got that from my buddy Mr. Chris over at Bay Area Computers and Hobbies. he hooked me up with this stuff a lot, and they're pretty good service for a price, only $30. So that's that. On the servo horn, I'm running a TLR 22 aluminum 25-2 servo horn, like I mentioned in the Slash build review. I run practically the same parts on my Slash, on my Rustler. So there's that. And like I said in my Slash, if you do want to run the TLR servo horn, you would have to redo the top frets on the servo horn to use non-low-C hardware, because the fret pitch is different. And I did mess up a couple servo horns by not doing that, because the top screw for the drag link gets stuck in there and stripped out. So yeah, steering rack, running hot racing aluminum steering rack or bell crank. And like I said in my Slash video, it has a carbon fiber center link, and it's ultra durable, and it's cheaper than the Traxxas performance one, and it is truly just better than any other steering rack in my opinion. So there's that. Going on to the main electronics portion area. Audio is covered up. I am running my 3PV Futaba with a Futaba R304 receiver, the 4-channel receiver, although it's a 3-channel radio. I just run 2 channels anyways, because one for the ESC, one for the servo, and I run channel 3 as a servo extension for a transponder to hook that up. ESC and battery plugs, I run XC60s. ESC, same as the Slash, the 10BL120 G2 waterproof Hobbywing Quickrun. Super good of an ESC for the price. Same motor as my Slash. Got the 3652 4000 kV 4-pole sensorless brushless motor. Same gearing as well, 2386. And same extreme heavy duty or EHD Traxxas drivetrain from the Rustler 4x4. In here I do run the Atomik RC from Amazon aluminum rear hubs in the same bearings as well as mentioned. Ultra shocks as well. RPM rear shock tower. I do run stock arms. I did have RPM rear arms at some point in time, but I don't know what happened to them, so I just replaced these with OEM, I guess. And stock 272 Magnum planetary gear diff, open-ish diff transmission. In there I just run red and tacky Lucas grease, oil or grease or whatever, and it does pretty well, even though it's pretty open. Although it's pretty open, it still performs pretty well. And also the suspension is pretty soft as well, and ultra dampening as well. So yeah, that's practically my build on the Rustler. Like I said, I got this in 2021, late 2021. It's supposed to be Dad's car, but I got to it. So yeah, I'm gonna check my build specs over here. So here's all my build specs. Pretty sure I didn't miss anything. You know, I always forget to mention hardware. I do run the STRC lock-in hinge pin set, same as my Slash, and Traxxas Screw hinge pins for the steering blocks into the caster blocks for the front. You can see the pin right there and the nut on the other side. I did mention I did have a wheelie bar, but took that out, and I converted all the hardware from Philips, because it was a base XL5 model, to all metric hex hardware. For batteries, I do run a 2Z 5200 ADC 2S LiPos with an XC60. For bashing, I do run those Talon EXTs. For carpet, I run fuzz bites in rear, swagger tires in front. Those are all pink compound, by the way, on DE Racing truck wheels. Same wheels for the clay set, but they are Proline Bald Eagle and Bald Eagle T slicks in the MC compound on the same wheels. And yeah, that's all the setup information that I also mentioned. So yeah, that is my Rustler build. And like I said, pretty much stock body, just a few stickers here and there. Mention rctalk.com. Got the Z sticker, even though Z's are not the best of batteries in terms of voltage drop, load, and IR. I still run them. I just run the ESC on 7.4 volts. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that. And I do run with the low voltage cutoff off. So, because of the voltage drop issues that they do have. So, and TSM stickers from the Town EXTs. So, with that, that is my Rustler build video. And like I said in my slash build video, I really don't edit my edit my videos, so I just take them and upload them. So, and I'll link some running footage on carpet, clay, and bashing in the links in the description, basically. So yeah, that is my Rustler build video.